want to extend my profound appreciation to you, the teachers. Where are the teachers? Where are the teachers? Can we see you? Thank you very much. I would want to say that you are the architect of this transformation. You should be proud of today because you are the architects of this day. Your dedication, often under challenging conditions, will shape the minds and characters of these young people. The sacrifice you make, that is the long hours, the limited resources, and the modest remuneration are not lost on those who benefit from your services. So I want to say thank you to the teachers. Thank you very much and keep up the hard work. To the parents and the guardians, I acknowledge your immense contribution. The fees that you pay, the transport fares you provide, the extra lessons you finance, and the prayers you offer are investment in the future of your children and our nation. I will encourage you to engage your children, not only about their grades, but about their learning experiences. Ask them about their aspirations, their challenges, and their relationship. Your encouragement, particularly during setback, is invaluable. You should celebrate their efforts, not merely their outcome. The outcomes are great, and that is passing with so many credits, but the efforts are the most important. This is not an argument, and I am not saying that university education is useless. I am not saying that because I am teaching at a university, so I can never say that. But what I want you to understand is that the Gambia requires engineers, the Gambia requires technicians, the Gambia requires electricians, plumbers, ITC specialists, agricultural innovators, and craft people. If we all say we are going to study law, or we are going to study medicine, or we are going to study sort of secretariatship and so on, we will not have these people. And then we will have to depend on other nationals to do it for us. You can do it, and I will implore and ask you to think about it. Now, when you look at these people I have mentioned, these are the individuals who will build infrastructure. They will maintain equipment and they will drive economic growth. I will encourage you, the students of LatriKunda, Sabiji, upper and senior secondary school, to embrace technical and vocational training as a legitimate and a valuable pathway to success.
This lady is highly distinguished Gambian educator, administrator, and gender activist who currently serve as the Deputy Provost, Vice Principal of the University of Education, UEG, the Gambia. In this pivotal role, she has been instrumental in guiding the institution, formerly known as the Gambia College, through its historic transition into a full-fledged degree-awarding teacher training university. Over a career spanning more than 3 decades, she has dedicated herself to the advancement of Gambian education, literary analysis, and national social advocacy. Her extensive academic foundation combines practical pedagogy with advanced literary scholarship. She began her educational journey by earning a primary teacher's certificate, a higher teacher's certificate, HTC, establishing a deep grounding in classroom instruction. She went on to complete a Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Literature, followed by a Master of Arts in Literature from University of Limoges in France, and ultimately on a Master of Philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady's career is marked by a rare breadth of experience, having taught at every tier of a Gambian school system, from preschool and primary levels up to upper basic and senior secondary schools. Her leadership capabilities led her to serve as the head of the School of Education at the Gambia College, where she oversaw the training of thousands of nations teachers. Additionally, she has served as an adjunct lecturer at the University of the Gambia, UTG, teaching specialized courses in gender studies, English language, literature in English, and life skills. As a researcher and intellectual, she has made significant contributions in West African academics discourse and curriculum reform. She is the co-author of the landmark book Gendered Voices from the Gambia 2015, written alongside Dr. Paul Gomez, the current Minister of Higher Education, which critically analyzes contemporary Gambian fiction to advocate for nuanced female representation. She has also pioneered early grade literacy efforts in collaboration with King's College, London, piloting multilingual educational toolkits that integrate national language like Mandinka, Wolof, Fula into the curriculum, and has authored a key national policy manuals on life skills and reproductive health. Beyond her academic achievements, ladies and gentlemen, this lady is a passionate advocate for human rights and social justice. Appointed by the National Assembly, she has served as a commissioner on the Victims' Reparations Commission, representing organizations for the differently abled. Her decades-long commitment to disability rights is also reflected in her leadership within the Gambia Association of Physically Disabled, where she has served as treasurer, chairperson of the Education and Welfare Committee, and coordinator of the Disabled Women's Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, we can go forward up to now toward this time to talk about the achievements and the doings of this champion, this baroness. Ladies and gentlemen, this person has changed life, coined life, formed life at the Gambia College, but only if you went through the college, you will know who I'm talking about. Please, it's an honor to talk to you about this lady. Please, ladies and gentlemen, can you guys, if you are able, to give a standing ovation to the one and only Madam Isatou Ndow.
Tonya, moja ni molo tekilin, kana moja odunka jutwa dadi, jutunaya mangui. Mola Kenya, kana jutwa lade, katumari manso atelendari dari dunia, jutunaya mangui. Jutuda dola bi. Foy malonko isila la babolo dunia mangwe ijuda dola bi foy malonko nyine dan dunia ni la kira dunia mangwe.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. Thank you for those very nice words about me. The board chair of LatriKunda Sabiji Upper and Senior Secondary School, the Alcalo who has left, Mr. Bara, Mr. Yunus from Yunus Senior Secondary School, Jigo Construction, the principal, Mr. Ismail Sise, Vice Principal 1, Vice Principal 2, staff, parents, students, both outgoing and continuing students, community members. Good afternoon to you all. It is my profound honor to stand before you today, and I feel a surge of excitement. The reason why I feel a surge of excitement is that I know that among all these students who are seated here, both outgoing and continuing students, there sits the next generation of doctors, engineers, teachers, innovators, and leaders of the Gambia and the world. So let's give them a round of applause. I want a big round of applause. Thank you very much. I must say that I am happy again to be here. Today, which is a speech and prize giving day, but also seeing the graduation of the grade 12 students, I think it's a day of not only excitement, but a day of also celebrating excellence. Not only also celebrating excellence, but at the same time also encouraging maybe those who are a bit down to also be up a little. So this day is a day that both parents, students, and teachers should not forget, because it's a day of reckoning, a day where we celebrate excellence. The work of the teachers, the work of the parents, and also the work of the students are celebrated. So I am grateful for being here and being part of this celebration. I have been told that the theme for today that we are supposed to reflect on is empowering tomorrow's leaders, inspiring excellence, innovation, integrity, and technical skills for sustainable development. I think this is a theme that is both timely and transformative, especially at the period we are in the Gambia. It is a theme that will help not only the students but adults also to think about the development of the Gambia. Now, when we look at the theme, there are four pillars that are talked about: excellence, innovation, integrity, and technical skills. Now, let me say that these are not just abstract ideals, but they are fundamental competencies required for meaningful participation in national development. We cannot talk about national development if we do not talk about excellence, if we do not talk about innovation, if we do not talk about integrity, and if we do not talk about technical skills. Now, for a country to develop, these four pillars are very important in whatever we do. So today I would want to talk about these themes and their relevance, especially to the educational journey of these students sitting here. I will start with excellence. Most of the time we see excellence as the attainment of high grades. We attain high grades, we are good in what we do, and that is what we refer to as excellence. We got a lot of academic accolades, and that is what we see as excellence. But I want to say that while academic achievement is commendable, true excellence transcends the classroom. It's not only the classroom. It is a disposition, a commitment to performing every task, however small, to the best of one's ability. Sweeping the classroom, picking papers in the schoolyard, arranging tables, all of these are excellence. Dropping out of school, not being able to get the good grades, but at the end of the day, picking up from there and then becoming somebody else is also excellent. Going to give you an example far away from the Gambia of one William Kamwamba, who is from Malawi. Now, he dropped out of school due to famine and poverty, but then he pursued knowledge independently. He did not just say, I'm going to stop here or I'm going to drop out. He continued reading library books on wind energy, using scrap materials, and he was able to construct a windmill that electrified his village. Now that is excellence. Now his excellence was not defined by his examination results, but by his resourcefulness and perseverance. Similarly, it is worth noting that many of the world's most accomplished individuals did not achieve academic distinction early in their lives. Now, when I am saying this, I do not mean that students should have to abandon their education or education is not important. I am just looking at it from the other side, where one cannot get all the academic accolades. That should not be a reason for dropping out and being a liability to society. When we look at Albert Einstein, he was considered a very slow learner, but then he was able to develop so many things. Now, their success was not a product of natural brilliance alone, but of sustained efforts, resilience, and an unwavering belief in their capacity to contribute. This is a prize giving ceremony and also at the same time a graduation ceremony. And before I continue, I would just want to talk to those who are going to win prizes because I see so many prizes here and I'm sure it's going to different students. To all those who are going to win prizes today, I offer my sincere congratulations to you. Your achievement is a testament to your dedication. But then to those who do not receive an award today, I will urge you not to view this as a verdict on your potentials. Excellence is a marathon, not a sprint. The consistency of your effort, not the occasional outcome, will ultimately define your trajectory. Let me talk about innovation because the theme talks about innovation. Innovation is the capacity to identify problems and devise new solutions. It is the engine of progress and the distinguishing characteristics of societies that thrive. We cannot talk about society or development of a society if there are no innovations. Now, again, I'll give you examples here. In this sphere of technology, there are few names that could be mentioned. One of them is Bill Gates. I'm sure you all have been hearing about Bill Gates. Now, in an era when computers occupied an entire room, that the computer was as big as a room, what did Bill Gates do? He envisioned a personal computer in every room, and he pursued this vision with singular focus, leaving university to develop software that would democratize computing. His company, Microsoft, revolutionized global industries. And moreover, through his philanthropic foundation, he has challenged innovations into public health, contributing significantly to the fight against malaria and polio. Now, when we look at our own homes here in the Gambia, I would want to take the example of one Isatou. I don't know how many of you know her. She is from Ndow. She is an innovator. Now, why do I say she is an innovator? Now, she was fed up with seeing so many plastic bags thrown everywhere in her community in Ndow. And she knew the danger of plastic bags everywhere. The animals could easily eat it, and then that can cause some health problems for the animals or even death. Now, what did Isatou do? She gathered women together and started collecting the plastic bags. And in collecting the plastic bags, she would clean them up, wash them up, and then cut them into pieces. And after cutting them into pieces, would use them to make bags, would use them to make purses, would use them to make rucksacks, balls, and toys. Now, this is an innovation. This is an innovation that anybody can do. And I am calling upon the students of LatriKunda, Sabiji, upper and senior secondary to think of these simple innovations, simple things that you can do, that somebody have not taught before and you are able to do it and you become a champion. Now, Isatou co-founded the Ndow Recycling and Income Generation Society. You can do it. You, the young people of LatriKunda, Sabiji, upper basic and senior secondary, you can do it. You don't have to leave, especially for the outgoing student. You don't have to leave LatriKunda upper and senior, LatriKunda Sabiji upper and senior secondary, and say to yourself, I have no job. There are a lot of innovations. Your teachers have given you the skills and the knowledge to think and to think critically. Use the skills and the knowledge that has been given to you to innovate and to be innovative. As students, you are uniquely positioned to cultivate this mindset. The challenges facing our nation when it comes to energy deficits, waste management, agricultural productivity, and access to clean water requires innovative thinking. I encourage you to question assumptions, to explore interdisciplinary approaches, and to remain curious. You should be curious. You don't have to just say, whatever I've been taught in the book, that is where I have to stop. Be inquisitive, ask questions, find out, do your research, and that is what will make you innovative. Integrity, that's another theme within your team. Now, integrity is the moral compass that would guide our decisions and actions. It is the foundation upon which trust is built. Without integrity, a person is nobody. Integrity is the most important thing in the life of a human being. Now, it is the foundation upon which trust is built and the currency that sustains professional and personal relationship. Without integrity, you cannot have a professional relationship. You cannot also have a personal relationship. In a society where shortcuts and expeditions are often tempting, I will urge you as students to remain steadfast in your commitment to honesty, which is integrity. Resist the temptation to cheat in examinations and to take what does not belong to you, or to misrepresent the truth. Your reputation built over years can be destroyed in moments. Guard your integrity jealously. A person of integrity commands respect and attracts opportunities that elude those who compromise their values. So I would say integrity is what makes a human being a human being. Now the other pillar, which is the fourth pillar. Hmm? Okay. The fourth pillar of our team, which is technical skills. For too long, education has been equated with a white collar job that is sitting in an office under an air condition. Now let's look at this big school here. Now if we did not have technical people, we would not have got this school. I am happy that Jigo Construction is here. Now, Jigo Construction is what? Is a technical institution, and they are the ones that have built this beautiful and magnificent school. Technical, obviously, is important. We have been conditioned to believe that a university degree is the sole pathway to success. This paradigm is outdated and detrimental to sustainable development. Let's look at the construction companies that we have here. I'm not saying they've not been to university, but then obviously they are contributing, and they are contributing in the technical area. Now, who completed secondary school together? One pursued a general arts degree, while the other went to a technical institution to study welding and fabrication. 7 years later, the university graduate remained unemployed, while his counterpart has established a successful workshop, employing others and building a sustainable livelihood. Now, this is not an argument, and I am not saying that university education is useless. I am not saying that, because I am teaching at a university, so I can never say that. But then what I want you to understand is that the Gambia requires engineers, the Gambia requires technicians, the Gambia requires electricians, plumbers, ITC specialists, agricultural innovators, and craft people. If we all say we are going to study law, or we are going to study medicine, or we are going to study sort of secretariatship and so on, we will not have these people. And then we will have to depend on other nationals to do it for us. You can do it. And I will implore and ask you to think about it. Now, when you look at these people I have mentioned, these are the individuals who will build infrastructure. They will maintain equipment and they will drive economic growth. I will encourage you, the students of LatriKunda, Sabiji, Upper and Senior Secondary School, to embrace technical and vocational training as a legitimate and a valuable pathway to success. I cannot talk without and end my speech without talking about the teachers and the parents. The teachers are here, and I would want to extend my profound appreciation to you, the teachers. Where are the teachers? Where are the teachers? Can we see you? Thank you very much. I would want to say that you are the architect of this transformation. You should be proud of today because you are the architects of this day. Your dedication, often under challenging conditions, will shape the minds and characters of these young people. The sacrifice you make, that is the long hours, the limited resources, and the modest remuneration, are not lost on those who benefit from your services. So I want to say thank you to the teachers. Thank you very much and keep up the hard work. To the parents and the guardians, I acknowledge your immense contribution, the fees that you pay, the transport fares you provide, the extra lessons you finance, and the prayers you offer are investment in the future of your children, not only about in the future of your children and our nation. I will encourage you to engage your children, not only about their grades, but about their learning experiences. Ask them about their aspirations, their challenges, and their relationship. Your encouragement, particularly during setback, is invaluable. You should celebrate their efforts, not merely their outcome. The outcomes are great, and that is passing with so many credits, but the efforts are the most important. I would want us to look at the sustainable development. We cannot talk about all these four themes without talking about sustainable development. These four pillars that I have mentioned, excellence, integrity, technical skills, and so on, are sort of how they call it, very important, and they matter, especially in the Gambia. Assalamu alaikum. Ngeen jégal ma wax naa li ma war a wax si angale ba pare waaye dañ ma ne ma naa wax tuuti si wolof. Li ma doon wax tey mooy ne kontaan naa trop pour ñëw si LatriKunda senior secondary ak upper basic pour ñëw teewee seen speech and prize giving ak ba pare teewee waale xale yi nga xam ne seen jàng egg na si school bi. di leen wax ne leen bés bu am doole la parce que nit ki su demee ba jàng ba waxtu bi surtout ñuy jeexal mu jàng ba waxtu bi dañ ko war a wax jaarama, dañ ko war a wax jërëjëf, dañ ko war a wax ne def nga sa waru garangum. Fii dama ne def nga sa waru garangum parce que bii bu fii la jàng em wanaa fii la jàng bi commencé soo ko seetee fii la jàng bi commencé parce que lii mooy comme sooy samp sa néeg fi xale yi toolu nii mooy comme foundation bi, des na néeg bi ñu war a sampa, des na korigat yi, te loolu noonu moo leen a yóbbu si àdduna, moo leen a tax ñu nekk nit ba pare moo leen di tax ñu nekk ñoo xam ne am na njëriñ si àdduna. biñ ma invité dañ ma ne ma dama war a wax si li ñoo wax excellence, innovation, integrity ak technical skills. Excellence mooy loo xam ne soo ko xoolee lu am njëriñ lu baax la so fii suñoo wax surtout si jàngi xale yi xale bi am grade bi gën a baax ki am first second ak yooyu mënu leen dee wax ne ñoom ñoo gën a def lu baax waaye nañ fàttaliku ne tamit am na ñoo xam ne xale yoo xam ne xëy na duñ am first duñ am second waaye di nga gis ne xëy na seen jànga dafa xale yu waaye ba tey dañ leen war a encourage dañ leen war a wax continuer leen parce que xale yooyu noonu tamit ñoom itamit suñ leen encouragé loolu daf leen a jàppale joxe naa fi exemple yu bari am na ñu bari ñoo xam ne si àdduna bi tey ñu ngi leen a coow ñu ngi wax seen affaire jànguñ bay wàcc school waaye parce que dañ leen encourage dañ leen ne leen mun ngeen koo def moo tax ñu mun a toolu fi mu toolu soo xoolee suñ ne excellence du ne jànga am sa kayit rek la waaye soo nekkee si school bi mun a setal school bi mun a dimbale sa morom loolu yëpp is excellence te loolu yëpp dañ ko war a jox suñ njaboot yi dañ leen ko war a sas pour nga xam ne dinañ mun a xam ne bu ne am kayit rek mooy njëriñ li parce que nit ki mun naa am kayit te kayit boobu noonu jëriñu ko dara am na ñoo xam ne am nañ kayit te taxut mu jëriñ leen si àdduna li ñoo wax mooy nañ teete xale yi nga xam ne ëllëg ak si biir même su fekkee ne amuñ kayit yi ñu war a am sax dinañ mun a nekk ñoo xam ne fuñ taxaw si Gambia bi dinañ leen mun a ràññee dinañ leen mun a xàmmee leneen li ma wax mooy innovation mooy loo xam ne danga koo gëstu di mun a defaral sa boppa yu bari dañ ko dee jëlee si yeneen dëkk yi ak si yeneen réew yi ñun suñ boppa mun nañoo defaral suñ boppa joxe naa exemple yi benn ndaw su dura Isatou Cissé ku nekk Njaaw plastique bags yi ñoo saani ni si mbera yi loolu la dee for su ko foree ñu raxas ko bem set dogat ko di ko defar ay poos ay baag ak lu nekk lañ ko dee mun a defar te loolu mooy innovation mun a xalaat loo xam ne xëy na nit defangu ko nga def ko te xam naa ne xale yu ndaw yi toog fii war nañoo mun a def loolu su loolu weesoo wax naa si mbiri intégrité mooy nit ki sa cër nit ku nekk sa cër ak li nga war a sorof ni nga war a mel si sérieux ni nga war a mel si sa kër dafa am importance torop parce que nit ki su fekkente ne ëwul la yaruwuloo boo mun a nekk nit koo xam ne dañ koo nawloo yar teegin loolu dafa important si doomu aadama leneen li ma mujjee wax mooy mbiri technical skills suñu waajur yi bu njëkk dañoo wax ne la demal nga jànga pour nga liggéey si office soo waxee liggéey carpenter ñu ne la loolu mooy wàcc raxasu nga ne mécanique ñu ne la wàcc raxasu kilifa bi lim daan bugga mooy pour doomam dem jànga dem toog si office waaye soo xoolee school bii su fekkoonte ne amuñ woon wàcc raxasu yi bon school bii du taxaw te wàcc raxasu yi soo ko xoolee ñoom ñooy développe suñ dëkk bi Gambia soo ko xoolee ñu bari ñii liggéey ñii ay carpenter ñii ay mécanique ñii ay metal worker soo leen xoolee ba xool leen di nga xam ne ñu bari si ñoom nekkuñ doomi Gambia dañ jógee beneen réew ñëw pour liggéey fi am fi xaalis ak yooyu ana ñun suñ doomi Gambia yi parce que kilifa yu bari dañ foog ne soo jàngee rek waruloo dem liggéey si liggéey yooyu da nga war a dem toog si office